Have you heard about Liz Cambage? Liz Cambage, WNBA player, plays for the LA Sparks, called Nigerians monkeys, told them to go back to their third world country. And guess what? We have no idea if any of this story is true. Welcome to Escaping the Echo Chamber. So now it's being reported, it's trending on Twitter, that Liz Cambage is racist. Like I said, she's a WNBA player. She's from Australia. Oh yeah, in case you don't know, Liz Cambage is half Nigerian. Her mother is white, Australian. Her father is Nigerian, black. And the story that they're telling now is that Liz Cambage, who had beef with the Australian team, she was playing for the Olympic team, wound up having beef with them, wound up leaving, and she's had some negative things to say about how she was never supported by the Australian team. And I remember seeing a clip from some Australian show with a bunch of these individuals from Australia who seem to have a significant amount of hostility for Liz Cambage, just speaking so negatively about her. And this is when they started talking about this story. So now, fast forward to about yesterday or Friday, they actually write a story in some Australian media source, and Sports Illustrated has picked up the story and is running with it. I'm like, number one, how do we know any of this is true? Here's what they did. They have a clip of a scrimmage between, like a behind the doors scrimmage between Australian team and the Nigerian team. And in it, Liz Cambage hits one of the Nigerian players in the head with an elbow. Okay, it's a dirty play. It's a foul, probably a flagrant foul. How do you go from flagrant foul to racist tirade? Because let me tell you, the video I've seen, the foul is on the tape. This alleged racist tirade is not on the tape. Because it's interesting the way they write the story, where they say, oh, we've had video showing Liz Cambage elbowing this person elbowing a Nigerian player in the head. Then it goes to a separate paragraph and then talks about a 5-minute, which kicked off a 5-minute tirade situation where she slapped another player, calls the Nigerian players monkeys, and tells them to go back to their third world country. Mind you, that's not on the video. That's not on the video. Then they say, later on in the story, that Nigerian players have claimed that she called them monkeys and that she told them to go back to the third world country. But they also say Nigerian players who spoke on the condition of anonymity. What? So the only way these alleged Nigerian players would speak on this issue is if they were promised that their identities not be revealed. Who is Liz Cambage? The mafia? Like, why are these people, why are so-called witnesses against her having to go to witness protection? This makes no sense. But there's a bunch of people on Twitter that are just running with the story. No research, no logical analysis, no well, wait, what does Liz Cambage say about this? Is she admitting it? Is she apologizing for it? Or is she saying, I didn't say it, this is a lie? Or has she not said anything yet? Has anybody even tried to get a statement from her? It's blowing my mind how ridiculous and how gullible people are. Because number one, this source, I don't know about Australian media. For all we know, this could be the Australian media equivalent of the Inquirer. For all we know, this person that wrote this article could be the Australian media equivalent of a Tucker Carlson. I have no idea who this dude is that wrote it. I have no idea who this article is that published it. But people are treating it like it's actual news, like it's actually confirmed, and it's not just allegations. And like I said, the flags that are really, really setting off alarm bells are the fact that the people that are saying in the story that have quoted that she said this will only speak on the condition of anonymity. Why? Like, what are they afraid of? This makes no sense. Not a lick of sense. This sounds like a story, like I said, that I saw alleged a couple of weeks ago by a set full of people that clearly had extreme hostility for Liz Cambage. A room full of white Australians that seemed to have a significant amount of hostility for the non-white Liz Cambage. What really gets me is that Sports Illustrated has decided to take this article and then just quote it, just run with it as if there's any validity to it. We don't know. But I guess that's just the state of journalism these days. But at some point, I expect people to be smart enough to say, is any of this confirmed? At some point, instead of just seeing something trending on social media, seeing something posted on social media, and just assuming that it's accurate, it's true, or remotely close to reality, how about digging a little deeper and saying, you know what? This seems kind of suspicious. This seems the credibility of these allegations are highly suspect at this point in time. But I have no doubt that people are, because some people are already trying to use this to say, oh, LA Sparks, do you support this kind of conduct? I'm like, how about asking Liz Cambage, and random tweeters can ask the question, but I'm saying if I'm going to actually write the article, if I'm actually going to be the person in Sports Illustrated, I would have tried to contact Liz Cambage and at least say, hey, Liz Cambage at this point in time is not offering a statement. In fact, none of the stories have said that they've spoken to Liz Cambage and that she has either confirmed, denied, or refused to give a statement. None of them. This is what passes for journalism these days. This is why we're in a situation where you have stupid people who believe anything. As always, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. If you disagree with me, if you think, no, I believe Liz Cambage is racist, go ahead and give me a thumbs down. State why in the comment section. You do no research whatsoever. I'll see you next time.